Hi guys, Steve Good here with the Scroll Saw Workshop. I'm going to show you tonight how to make a little project on your scroll saw that's going to require only two small pieces, and that's two pieces of dowel stock. And if you can look here on the screen, I've got a 3/4 inch piece of dowel stock that's around 3 inches long, and a 5/16 inch piece of dowel stock that's about 2.5 inches long. And we'll be cutting these pieces up to make a little project here. And the project we're going to make is this. It's a little train whistle, and very simple to make. And if you have children or grandchildren come over, you can go out in the shop and make this in just a matter of a few minutes, and works pretty good. So with that, I'm going to take you through the pictures here of how to put this together. Get you a couple pieces of dowel stock here. And on the larger 3/4 inch piece of dowel stock, you want to find the approximate center, and that's where we're going to drill the 5/16 inch hole. Put your little cross on there to mark out where that's going to be. Then what you need to do is set up in your drill press with some type of vise. Now, you probably don't want to hand hold this, wouldn't be very safe. So get you some clamps, or in this case I have a pin vise that I'm using. But get you some kind of clamp where you can hold the 3/4 inch dowel stock in place. And we're going to drill a hole right in the center of this dowel stock down to about maybe 2 inches deep, somewhere in that range. Doesn't have to be perfect, but somewhere close to there. And here you see that I've got the hole all drilled out, and it's fairly centered. The next step I'm going to do is I'm going to take and draw myself a little pattern line 3/4 of an inch down from the end that we just drilled the center hole in, and I'm going to make a line approximately halfway around the dowel stock at that location. I'm going to go over to the scroll saw, and you can see here's the center line, and I've used these two lines to get myself parallel with the blade, because what we're going to do is we're going to cut a right angle into this dowel stock, and we're just going to nip the inside of this hole. So we're going to come in not quite halfway. We're going to come in to where the blade penetrates this hole right here by about 1/8 of an inch. Here I've made that cut, and you can see I stopped short of the pattern line I drew because I didn't want it to go halfway through, just about 1/8 of an inch into the hole. Now we need to make our 45-degree angle cut, and so I just took a pencil and just sketched that in, and you want it to meet somewhere at the end of where that first cut went into the right angle. You want it to meet right at the corner of there, and this might take a little bit of trial and error to get this right. And you can see in this next slide here I'm going to be off a little bit. On this side I got it pretty close, but you can see I undercut over here. This won't make that much difference, but if you experiment and practice with this a little bit, you can get them much closer than that. So there, I've got my both cuts made. Now what I want to do is I want to take my 5/16 inch piece of dowel stock right here, and I'm going to slide it in, and this is called the fipple in a whistle. So I'm going to slide it in to where this end of this dowel lines up exactly with that 90-degree cut I just made. Then I'm going to take a pencil and I'm going to mark the fipple to length. Back over to my scroll saw, I'm going to cut the fipple right at that line. Over at my sander, I'm going to sand a flat spot, and this takes a little bit of practice, and you may have to make 2 or 3 of these whistles to get one that sounds good to you. But you're going to make a little bit of a flat spot onto this fipple. And you can see right here, here's the flat spot that I sanded on it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert this fipple into here with this flat spot right here. And you can see there it is inserted in that end of the whistle. And this is what it looks like, and you can reach over there and turn it a little bit to get this lined up, because you want this pretty close right in here. Now all I'm going to do is put a little bit of glue on the fipple, slide it back into place, and there's the finished whistle. I rounded over the edge just a little bit, and gave myself a little bit of a relief on each side here to give myself a little bit of a place for my lips to go. And again, very quick little project. Make it in just a few minutes, and they sound pretty good. I'm Steve Good. Hope you like this project, and we'll see you next time here at the Scroll Saw Workshop.